Greetings, blessed love, and a mighty royal welcome to my channel. This is I am Life and Light Productions, and I, Just Sparks. I am your host. Today's topic of choice is faith. In that faith is the greatest asset that I can get, can achieve in this creation here, in our earth. Faith. And the ability to use faith, the art of it. It is the greatest asset that anyone can accomplish of receiving. You see it? Because it is written, faith as small as a mustard seed can move a mountain. And you know how small a mustard seed is? It's one of the smallest seeds them there you can find. You know what I'm saying? And yet once you practice faith, and you can perfect it, it shall grow into a great tree. You see? And that great tree will be able to house the birds of the air, and shelter the animals them of the land, even mankind. You see it? So it's the building of faith that needs to be an eye focus. You see it? Faith. Because there I must sit down and my reasoning within myself, and I say, in the awakening, with all the people let me hear reasoning and talking, and them I talk about abundance and you want to manifest this and you want to manifest that and you want to have this amount of money and you want to live this certain way and very materialistic when it's supposed to be a spiritual awakening. So I want them to pay attention to what really are going on, because it is written that the Christ say, they have turned my father's house into a den of thieves. You see it? And when we come to overs that abundance has nothing to do with material things. It give you something to, think about. Because remember, before the awakening, the world are run down material things, Everybody are run down with material things. I go through them struggle and, want to make it out of the struggle and want to live good life and, all these different things. And now today, in this so-called great spiritual awakening, everyone still a follow that same trend. Them still a follow, saying, them want this whole heap of money, them want this big house, them want this fancy car, which nothing is wrong with it, Nothing is wrong with having those things, saying? But the desires after them, like those are what defines abundance, is what I'm getting at. You see? For those things shall perish. You see? And it's written that we must store up our treasures in heaven, where neither thief can get it or rust can come and corrupt it or these things. You see it? So it's something for I and I to look within I and I self. What is the treasures them that we must store up within heaven, which is our mind? The treasures that we ought to store up is the treasures of faith. You see it? And the world taught us that faith is blind belief. You see it? Which is a lie. You see it? Which debunks the whole purpose of faith. When faith is the art of using controlled thought to produce a physical result. That is the treasure we must hold up within our mind. Being able to perfect controlling our thoughts. Because by doing so, we will receive our every desire in creation. Every desire. Whatever it is you desire, put faith to it, you shall have it. And what is faith? Controlled thought. You see, now it's not no simple thing, you know. It's an art. You see, to control your thought, to totally be focused on one thing only. And not losing focus of that one thing. And then controlling thought on that focus. It takes practice, a lot of practice. But once you have perfected it, the world is yours and the fullness thereof. That's why it says, seek ye the kingdom first and all shall be added. Seeking the control of your mind, being able to control your thoughts. For it's only through that way you will be free in creation. And this is what the teachings of Christ is speaking about. It's the faith. Our faith shall make us whole. Our faith shall set us free. Many of I look down on faith because we don't have the understanding of what faith is. You see it? Just being taught that it's a blind belief where, you know, you want a desire in your life and just believe in God that you're going to have it. And no, it's more than that. It's putting your every thought on that desire and making it become like a stream of light, a river stream of piercing light that is piercing through the very fabric of creation. For the mind is the ether that extends into the outer realm. You see it? And by piercing through the ether of the mind, you can manifest and create, bringing invisible visible. And that is the power of faith, the power of controlled thought. Controlled thought produces a physical result. So in all our gettings, we must get faith and build faith. Because through faith, we move any mountain, any obstacle, any barrier, any problem, any situation. And we can bring in anyone same way with faith. So faith is the greatest asset that we can have as a being. Being able to control our mind space and the thoughts that are in it. That is true freedom. You see it? True freedom is that. Not in material things. You know? So in this awakening, be very mindful of what you call abundance. For abundance is to be free from material things. Free from the want and the need of material, physical things. That is abundance. Knowing that you have all things, even if you don't have any of those things. That is true abundance. Being filled with nothing. True abundance. You know, put it that way. You know, that's why the ancients then push fasting and praying. So, you know what I'm saying? Because it teaches you When you fast and you pray and you abstain from eating and drinking and these things, it's a shift in energy and the source of how you're surviving. You see? Because many of I think that we need to survive by eating and drinking. And it's not true. Life is sustained and held without eating and drinking. And it's proof. It's proven here in creation. You see it? So we really got to get within self and over what this true awakening is. It's the awakening of our word, our light that shineth within our darkness, the darkness of our mind, the darkness which we are. We are that darkness. And the light is our light. You see it? And this is what the true awakening is about. I becoming one with creation. You know what I'm saying? I becoming one with the things that was not made by the hands of man. You see it? Becoming one with the things that was made by the mind. The light within man. You see it? The word of God. And being able to use it, which is faith. That is the hand of God, the light that is in you. And you have to learn to use it. You see it? That's why I think it's Psalm 28 tell you. You know what I'm saying? How the psalm go? To thee will I shout, O Lord, my God, be not silent to I, lest if thou be silent I become like them that go down to the pit. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their heart. Give them according to their deeds and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the work of their own hands. Because they regard not the works of the Lord, nor the operation of his hands. You see it? So the operation of God's hand, the hand of God, is the light within the mind of man. It's the hand of God, which is the word, which by the word he used to create all things. So we have to learn to use our words skillfully and wisely to create and bring all things to us. You see it? And these are the teachings that Christ taught us. The workings of magic, Many of I don't want to associate magic with God. You see it? But in the 1700s, right, it is said that they removed magic out of Christianity. You see it? Out of the Bible. They removed the concept of magic out of it. Because they realized that the people them will awake. You see it? And if you check that time period from the 1700s to the 1900s, there was a flux in metaphysical teachings. You see it? And commonly in Christianity, they used to associate Christianity with magic. You see it? And I was watching this YouTube video with a man who said that he joined a satanic cult in the 40s and 50s, 1940s and 1950s. And it was a cult where they worship spiritual entities. So in the video, he's saying that Lucifer, the fallen angel, is real, is a real entity. And the group that he joined was the followers who worshipped Lucifer, right? And he said he was reasoning with one of the high priests them that was telling him the story of the beginning of the world and everything and how it come down to. So they was speaking about 19 in the 1700s when they say that Lucifer came to them, the spirit, the archangel came to them and said that they got to switch things around. Yes, big one. Okay. You got to go and tell her it's your turn. Okay. Tell her daddy say give you a turn. Can you tell me what you do? Yes. Go and call him for me. Okay. I say in the 1700s. Yes, right? And he said that the way this thing is going, they're fighting against, the good and evil fight, whatever. He said they need to come up with a way of making the world believe that he does not exist, right? Satan doesn't exist, right? So they decided to take magic out of the Bible, right? And by doing so, they say that to some extent that, it will cause the people them to fight against that which is true. Yes, right? And take up that which is false in return. You see it? Hey, let him get his turn. I just came on the tablet. Let him get his turn. All right? Yeah. So, so in the realm of that there, what he's saying is that, them tip my mind. I talk about, the Lucifer thing and the brother where he was speaking about with taking magic out of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And, separating the two, and then putting most of magic as witchcraft and, cause a division so that, the people then wouldn't realize the truth about Christianity and what it really stands for. You know what I'm saying? And during time and time and time, you know what I'm saying, it came to what Christianity is today. You know what I'm saying? But before Christianity, the ancient original Christianity was known to be magic. Yes, right? That's why faith is associated with magic. At least I associated with it. You know what I'm saying? Because me really seek the Most High, and I want to know what is faith, and the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, was not filling my cup, so I had to dig a little bit deeper. Yes, right? And in digging deeper, I get to realize that faith is magic. You know what I'm saying? The art of using controlled thought to produce a physical result. That's why they tell you must have faith. And whatever you pray to the Father for, with faith, believing, which is faith, that you have received it already, you will have it. So if you believe that you have received something already, which you have in faith, that means you're controlling your thought in the way of that act already done. And you're controlling your thought to such a degree that your mind believes it's true. And by doing that, your subconscious, I should say, which is your mind, your subconscious mind, believing it is true, will create it for you in your world. And that is what faith is. You see it, my people. So faith is the greatest asset that I and I can ever have. You know what I'm saying? And we must strive to grow our faith from small as a mustard seed into a giant tree. So I do give thanks to the eyes them joining in with I today, Much love and blessings. You know, blessings to each and every household. You know? Yeah, man. There's one I. Only I am.